What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Welcome everybody to another rendition of Delete Lawz.
At the next light,
My name
turn
is
right.
Chille. I will be your host. I'll be talking today about the rise of authoritarianism in America. And I know that, I don't need to really take a poll. Welcome everybody. Hit the like button if you would. I know that people are not really... America has spoken, as far as I know, through my YouTube channel, that people really don't want people who are here illegally. They don't want them here. But different states, there's different people
turn right
doing
onto
different things. So here in California and also in the farmlands across America, there's a very heavy reliance on illegal immigrants. And, if you're going to arrest the illegals, maybe you should arrest the owners too, who have relied on them and underpaid them. So
use the left 2 lanes to keep left.
But regardless of how you feel, and you could put a 1 in the chat if you don't want illegal immigration, put a 2 in the chat if you don't mind illegal immigration, as long as they're not breaking laws. So what we're seeing though in the streets is this rise of authoritarianism is being accepted in the name of we have to get rid of the illegal immigrants in the country. So if you accept the way you are seeing these ICE agents perform in the field, then you are accepting this boot across the neck mentality.
In about
of
3
how
miles, take exit
human
19
beings
toward
should be
59th
treated.
Avenue.
And you may be pro get rid of the illegal immigrant, and that could be your stance, and I'm not going to fault you if that's your stance. But if you accept the treatment that you're seeing, and is it worse than how Americans are treated? Some may argue it's not. It's no worse. We're treated to the same, and we're subjected to the same amount of violence and attacking and cuffing and guns in our faces, and we're subjected to this really, really brutal attack on us. Each and every one of us is in this country. If you've ever been arrested, you know as well as I do, you have been subjected to this really, really rough, hardcore experience with the police state, prison state, death state. Do me a favor, put in the comment section OTVO, overturn Terry
in 2
versus
miles,
Ohio.
take exit 19 toward 59th
Put in the comment
Avenue.
section for me if you would, please. Terry versus Ohio, as you know, is the linchpin of death that allows cops to grab us and treat us like we're seeing the federal agents treat illegal immigrants. And you can be all for the deportation and you can be against illegal immigrants. But this form of terroristic treatment, and listen, I am not for putting illegal immigrants in concentration camps. You should not be sent to Gitmo because you have a certain tattoo and we're just sure that you're from the Venezuelan gang. We just don't know. If they're going to send you back to Venezuela, then they send you back to Venezuela because they caught you and you're going back to Venezuela. I get it. But you shouldn't be put in Gitmo unless you're caught here murdering or raping or attacking or beating, or right? Because you shouldn't be put into a hellhole unless you do something significantly wrong to another person. Unless you hurt another person, then you should not be put into a cage. And even then, putting the person who hits another person in a cage isn't going to make that person any better.
Use the right lane to take exit 19 toward 59th
Hit
Avenue.
the like button. So listen, you can be, and I'm going to repeat myself a few times because I understand. Most of my family, a lot of my friends are not for illegal immigrants being here.
Take the exit.
That's okay. I'm not trying to say that you can't feel that way. What I'm asking you to understand is that if you accept the brand of violence that is being perpetrated and the terroristic mannerisms in which we are accepting that the federal government behaves.
Go past this light, then use the right 2 lanes to keep right.
We're looking at a real big problem. If you accept that for them, then when does it happen to you? When does the feds close in on your house in the same way with masks and no badges and just HSI or just ice across it? And then what about the phone call that you get to call home and tell your loved ones? There's no phone calls happening. I mean, if let's say that there's an illegal who has broke into someone's house and stole stuff and kicked the guy in the face on the way out the door, and he's got to be deported. Oh, I understand that. I get it. I'm just painting a scenario so you can see what my thought process is here. Even then, he should still, when he goes to jail, should get a phone call. You should get a phone call. They're taking people off the street in unmarked cars, and then they don't get to call their friends
in
or
3/4 of a mile, turn left onto North 67th Avenue.
We can't accept that treatment as far as like human treatment, human being treatment. We universally as a society, even the guy who's American that beats or hurts or steals here should still get to call their friends and family and let the people who love them know that they're okay. Even if we don't love them for beating and raping and attacking and punching and kicking. Even if we don't,
at the next light,
even if we
turn
don't
left.
like them. I don't accept seeing this brand of terrorist, of this absolute terrorism done to any group of human beings. I don't accept it. I don't condone it. I think, and you, the person who's been a subscriber and a friend of mine for years, you're allowed to feel the way you are, that you don't want
at
illegals
the light,
here.
Use
and
the left 2 lanes to turn onto North 67th
gotta
Avenue.
get out. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, I'm not, because I live in Southern California where there's tons of people here illegally that don't break at all whatsoever. I know them. So I don't want to see them get deported. I'm not for illegal is illegal. I get
Turn
it.
left.
I get it. You may feel that way. But even still, I don't want this brand of violence and terrorism accepted. And I don't want you to accept
Stay in the
brand
right
of
2
violence
lanes.
or terrorism, especially if they're going to be sent off to El Salvador
in about 2 miles,
or to
turn right.
Gitmo. Especially if that's going to be the scenario. If they're going to be sent off to one of those places, then they certainly should get a trial. It shouldn't just be, they're La Tren, whatever the name of that gang is, La Tren de Agua, or whatever, from Venezuela. You can't just say he's tattoos, so let's put him in a Supermax prison. We as a society cannot accept that. We cannot. You don't get put into a prison for a crime of being involved in a gang and whatever affiliation or conspiracy the federal government's going to charge them with. They're not even charging them because they don't get to go to a trial. So if you're going to take that guy from Venezuela who's got the tattoos and you're going to put him back in Venezuela, you know what? More than 3/4 of my subscribers are going to agree with you doing that. The part that I don't agree with is putting that guy in a prison, especially a Supermax prison where they shave their head and treat, it's even less humane than it is here. And here's pretty bad in jails, prison. Put a 1 in the chat. If here is pretty bad in jails and prisons, it's pretty bad.
Stay in the middle 2 lanes.
It's not good. It's not good. Put a 1 in the chat if you know the jails and prisons are
in 1 mile,
here
turn
in
right.
America. If we call them dungeons, put the word dungeons in the chat. Dungeons, put the word dungeons. Are they not absolute, total, complete dungeons? And now you're going to take somebody here who's here illegally. They have broken the law. They should be kicked out. I'm with you all the way. But then we're going to pay to imprison them. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Why do we want to pay money to imprison someone from Venezuela? Why do we want to put money into that? Why do you want your tax dollars to go there? You don't. You don't. You don't. I know that. There's no way that you do. It's not possible. There's no way. Right? You don't want your tax dollars funding concentration camps in other countries because we're paying for those prisoners that we send to El Salvador. Look, if you have a trial for a Haitian who murders somebody and kills them, and they are tried and found guilty of that murder, and you want to outsource that to El Salvador, hey, you know, I mean, ugh, I don't know. Yeah, I get it. I can't see it, but I can just see that a super chat came in. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. But I don't agree with the lack of due process to put people in concentration camps. You got to get a trial.
At the light, turn right onto West Bell Road.
You got to get a trial if we're gonna put you in one of those hell holes. I mean, I'm not some bleeding heart liberal. You guys know me.
Turn right.
That's just not what I am. They won't have me. So that's what I'm saying.
Turn right into the parking lot.
We can't allow this kind of treatment in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. You can't watch this and
You've
accept
entered the parking lot for your destination.
You can't do it. You can. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but be careful what you let into your soul. Be careful what you deem is acceptable in the name of justice. When we don't even know what that justice is, right? What is justice for someone that they grab and throw into a Supermax prison or Gitmo? And what is their crime exactly? And that's where we, whoa, you know, because we need more beds, because you need a bed, they call it, right? Which, by the way, the bed is ground, a piece of the ground with a tiny little blanket. If that, it's horrific, it's horrendous, it's a nightmare. It's the worst thing you could ever experience, going to jail or prison in America or in one of the multiple concentration camps that they have created now for the illegal immigrant. So for my subscribers who are for like, hey, it's illegal, Chille, I've read your comments, man. I hear you, dude. I'm not hacking you. You can have that belief. Illegal's illegal. And as you know, I'm all for rule of law. But the application of rule of law, the definition of despotism, is the application of law in a cruel and harsh way. So illegal may be illegal, but are you sure we should go to this level of masked police taken to a black site, no phone call, you know, you're dropped off with rats on a floor, like you're more loving, you're more compassionate than that. I'm more loving and compassionate than that. There we go. Now I can see. What's going on, Playboy? What is going on with the Playboys? Did you guys double tap on your screen, hit the like button, or hit the thumbs up, hit the like button for me? So anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit with the rise of authoritarianism and the acceptance of that authoritarianism, the acceptance of it in the name of justice, the acceptance of thanks, Lou, Rising Tides, thanks for the super chat. The problem with human beings treating others as human beings is that we are human beings. We aren't a king species. And then another super chat from Chuck P. Can I get a match for a dub? What is going on, Chuck P? Good to see you, man. Anyway, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Means a ton, dude. Good to see you, Chuck. I have a long drive back from Phoenix, so hopefully maybe you and I can jump on the phone and have a conversation. But please be careful what you allow into your soul and what you deem as acceptable in the name of justice to get the illegals out of this country. Be careful what you see with your own eyes and say, okay, that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. The treatment and the way things are going is not okay. All right, listen, I got to get off. I got to get the flock out of here. From Phoenix, I'm in Phoenix. Yes, I'm in Phoenix. Shoot me an email if you're in Phoenix. I got to get the flock out of here. I love you guys. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.